Have you ever wondered why children look like their parents? Why some diseases run in families? Or how did life evolve into such incredible diversity? For centuries, nobody knew until one man, not in a laboratory or university, but in a quiet monastery garden, started growing peas. His name was Gregor Mendel, and he unknowingly began decoding the language of life. Let us understand this story in greater detail. He asked a very simple question. He had a simple curiosity. Why do offspring resemble their parents but not exactly? At that time, people believed in something called blending inheritance, which means that traits mix like paint. Tall plus short becomes medium. But Mendel was not convinced, so he decided to test it. He designed the perfect experiment using pea plants. Why did he choose pea plants? Because they were perfect. They were easy to grow, reproduce quickly, and had clear visible traits. He studied traits like tall versus short, yellow versus green, round versus wrinkled, and then he began crossing them. He crossed pure tall into pure short plants, and the result was all plants were tall. The short trait disappeared. Then he let those plants reproduce, and now suddenly short plants reappeared in a pattern in the ratio of 3 tall plants to 1 short plant. This was impossible under blending theory. He got a breakthrough idea. He realized something revolutionary, that traits do not blend, they are passed as separate units. Today we call them genes. Each organism carries two genes, one from mother, the other from father. Some genes dominate and some genes hide. These became the laws of inheritance. Mendel discovered that traits separate when they passed on. Different traits behave independently, and dominant traits can mask others. These are simple rules that explain inheritance. And then nothing happened. Nobody understood him. His work was ignored. He died without knowing that he had changed science forever. This was a big tragedy for him. Decades later, around 1900, scientists rediscovered his work, and suddenly everything made sense. They realized that these factors must be real. Genes get a body. When scientists looked inside cells and found chromosomes, they behave exactly like Mendel's rules. And now we knew that genes live on chromosomes. This was the code of life. The biggest breakthrough came. Scientists discovered DNA, and in 1953, James Watson and Francis Crick revealed its structure, the double helix structure. Now everything connected together. Mendel explained rules of inheritance. DNA was the physical mechanism through which it happened, and mutations were variation. And suddenly, Charles Darwin made complete sense. This becomes modern evolutionary theory. This changed the world. It changed medicine. Genetic diseases are understood. They started being diagnosed early. Personalized treatment and gene therapy became possible. Even in agriculture, there were better crops, disease resistance, and feeding billions of people became possible. Humans started understanding their common ancestry, evolution, and identity. All the life, from bacteria to trees to humans, use the same genetic code, which means we are all connected through a long evolutionary story. From a small monastery garden came the foundation of genetics, modern biology, medicine, and evolution, all from a man counting peas. The monk growing peas was actually decoding life itself. Thank you so much for listening. Please like and share the video and do subscribe to the Nerd.